folks. Welcome to another Rooted Cosmic Soul Insight journey. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. I like to do channeled messages for folks that I call Rooted Cosmic Souls. Really, it's folks who have a belief that you are here for a reason, that your soul chose this moment in time, that we are here to be lighthouses for others, for ourselves, for our lineage. We are here to do some healing, to do some clearing out. We are here to help ourselves and others remember their humanity. And we're definitely in a moment where we are necessary. I ask Spirit to offer us insight in terms of cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos. I've shuffled all the decks already and have sat in some silence, and we'll see what my higher self, your higher self, brings to the table. So thank you for being here. Let's get started. And thank you to my higher self, your higher self, elevated ancestors, spirit guides, archangels, for any guidance they might show us for this insight journey. I'm going to start with a deck called the Herbal Astrology Oracle and see what message for cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos is going to be offered to us. Cultivating inner balance during times of outer chaos. Next card is going to come from a deck called the Magical Spirit Oracle. Cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos. That's interesting. Cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos. For some reason I feel like I want to do it that way. This is I think it's called Love Oracle of Eden. Love Oracle of Eden. I really appreciate this deck. I think that some of what really needs to be incorporated for all of us these days is the cultivation of more divine love. So continue to use this deck. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, actually, I was going to do 2, 4. There we go. Cultivating inner balance. Cultivating inner balance. Cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos. Kind of wanted to do the divine feminine numbers of 2, 4, 7. See if we can fit this. Yeah, totally. I move you up. It's 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, thank you, Spirit, elevated ancestors, archangels, for this message. Okay, so I love that from two different decks, we got mushrooms. We got this idea of Rishi, the Rishi mushroom, and this idea of retreat. So I asked Spirit to give us an insight message around cultivating inner peace in times of outer chaos. The initial message that's coming in is this idea of retreat. Take some time away to make sure that with all the outer chaos that's happening in this current reality, that to cultivate inner balance, one needs to retreat from that chaos. Find time and space to go within, to be quiet, to slow down, to counterbalance the energy that the construct is giving us. Now, remember, um, retreat doesn't necessarily mean like you have to go climb a mountain. I've said this before, right? To go climb a mountain for 5 days, or you have to leave for extended period of time. Many folks are not able to do that because of 3D world responsibilities. Retreat can mean 5 minutes of silence in the car before you head into the house, and know that once you get in the house, you have to do this, that, or the other. Retreat could mean that on your lunch break, you get up from your desk and take a walk around the office or take a walk outside. Another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Be really expansive in how you are defining retreat. And then the card that came from the Magical Spirit Oracle, really looking at the brilliance of you, is magic mushrooms, miracles, fairy energy, opening up. It says stay open to the good and beautiful things. And I love that card that comes in with the Rishi mushroom and this idea of retreat, that perhaps like when you are going into retreat, to really consider beyond what you would normally be thinking about, to really think beyond what you would normally think about, to feel beyond what you would feel. And perhaps in order to do that, lean into fairy energy or even like the psychedelic energy that comes from magic mushrooms. You don't necessarily have to take magic mushrooms to go on a psychedelic trip. Is it helpful? Sure, but I'm not recommending or not recommending that. Be you, do your life. You can energetically take yourself on a trip by opening yourself up during those times of retreat, whether it's 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 years, whatever you are capable of doing, using that time to think from the balance of your heart and your head, where your heart is the lead of any actions, anything that your mind might tell you to do. And that can cultivate inner balance in times of outer chaos. Because right now in the outer world, we're just getting a lot of fast moving energy that is about moving, doing. Protect. A lot of it is like fear-based protection, move fast, don't think about anything. There's so much fear coming at us that many of us are in freeze, flight, fight, or fawn, which is a state of doing. And so cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos is that making sure that you are finding time as a rooted cosmic soul, as someone who knows you came here for a specific reason at this specific time in the timeline. Make sure that you're coming into retreat to think differently, to open up to that which the construct is really attempting to close you off from. Some thoughts for how to cultivate inner balance in times of outer chaos around this, either in your retreat, in your exploration, in your opening up, or how to get there. It's going to be different for each of us. Is these ideas of presence, individuality, explore, and inspire. And so I feel like, one way to cultivate inner balance is to be very present with what is happening in the now. We're in a construct that is really forcing many of us to be all over the place and to get lost in what was or what will be. And there is some inner balance that can be found by being in that now moment, and in the presence, being able to be in retreat from the outer chaos. And that presence of, I love in this, there's this inner light, being present with your North Star, with the guiding light that is your knowing of why, your knowing and your remembering of why you're here. And if you need help remembering, there's the magic mushroom, right? The calling in the energy to help you open up to something beyond what the construct is offering. In this time of cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos is really stepping into your individuality. I take that as a moment of understanding the power that Rooted Cosmic Soul folks have in bringing balance to the collective. But in order to do that, there is a sense of individual responsibility we are taking on to make sure that we are retreating, that we are opening up, and that we are being present so that we can offer that guiding light to the collective. In order to do that, you might need to explore. I love that the explore came in right underneath the magic mushrooms, right? This idea of miracles can happen, step into fairy energy and opening up, right? Explore the unknown when you are in that retreat. Because in the unknown, we can cultivate some inner balance in times of outer chaos, because we know what's happening in the outer world, even if like we may not know the why. We may know the why and just really don't understand the why, not agree with the why. It doesn't matter. It's more about, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, right? It might matter for folks. What words do I want to use, Spirit? Consider that in order to cultivate inner balance in times of outer chaos, there's an exploration that has to happen within the I, that individuality. In order to truly do that in times of outer chaos, we have to be really present, and to explore in those times of retreat your why, right? The I, the why of your I, and how for you that connects to the collective we, because that will then allow us to inspire the collective into moving into the balance. Like when I can cultivate inner balance in times of outer chaos and shine that out and show that to the world, it can inspire others to want to step into the work of cultivating inner balance as well. And I do believe that we're in a time right now that is about reconnecting to our humanity. In order to reconnect to our humanity, there is a balance that has to happen around our inner being, our sacred feminine and our sacred masculine, right? We are in a mind-based construct that is out of balance. It is overly mind-based, and the mind is the sacred masculine. But when it is out of balance, it is toxic masculinity. And some of the work is to cultivate that inner balance, to bring that out of balance masculine into balance so that it is inspired by our sacred feminine, that heart energy. And right now, that's going to happen in the retreat into ourselves, into that heart space, to explore that space, our individual sense of divine love, and to be really present in that. How can one do those things? The offering from spirit, tangible offerings coming from the sacred masculine, how to be present. Visualize fire to ignite and release avoidance beliefs, hindering balanced, transmuted action and movement forward. So when you're in your retreat and you're being very present in your I, you can do a meditation that's visualizing the energy of fire and have that energy of fire communicate to you the places where you can release any energy that's feeding avoidance of beliefs that will help you create balance, that will help you transmute, that will help you in these times of outer chaos. Attached to that well, I'm going to actually go this way. In terms of that presence and the individuality, stepping into your individuality and sense of presence, is the journey card, which means like really energy being sent from the cosmos, the greater energy source to you, and that is the deep shadow. Look for what's hidden. Think of the moon card in traditional tarot. And so spend, again, that retreat, like cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos. For some, the message is you really want to consider stepping into more time with yourself, presence with yourself and your North Star, that presence in your eye so that you can see what will create inner balance for you, even in the face of really great outer chaos. And looking at the message that's holding both this idea of being with yourself, look for what's hidden, and visualize fire to ignite and release any avoidance beliefs hindering what's balanced. The sacred masculine is offering you the idea to integrate balanced definitions and understandings of power, choice, and free will. So for some folks, that cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos, when you go into retreat, consider focusing your sense of presence in this idea of balanced definitions of power, choice, and free will. It's interesting, right? I think that there's this idea of power. Folks can consider, where are you? Where is your eye in terms of understanding power over, power with, and power within? And how are those three actions of engaging in one's own presence and individuality showing up for you? And what does it look like to put those three in a balanced position? I don't know that that's the same for all of us, right? I think that, again, that's an individual experience of figuring out the balanced definitions and understandings of power. And within that, then choice, understanding where choice exists, even when it's a choice that I don't like, and also having an understanding of free will. And that free will is part of being human. And we're in a society that really attempts to, we're in a global society that really attempts to take any ideas of free will off the table. Connecting the deep shadow through, your individual experience in your eye, looking for what's hidden for you in terms of cultivating inner balance, what to explore. The energy of truth is coming in and saying transmute any limiting beliefs. So really explore any limiting beliefs your eye is holding. And again, examine definitions controlling and impacting your perception of choices available. So again, it's really beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for this reading, like cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos. It's all about stepping into your eye and your sense of presence, that if we can get clear on what's happening here, the impact of what's happening in the outer world is different. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, because the way the world is being controlled, oppressed, and suppressed does matter. It is affecting many of us. And for Rooted Cosmic Souls, we're here for specific reasons. So some of that work is going to be around really spending time with the constructs that we've been taught, the belief systems that we've been taught around choice, power, free will, the way that we are defining these things and how it is affecting our beliefs. And that will definitely connect to how we are able to cultivate inner balance. It comes back to this idea of presence when we're thinking about being in the shadow and transmuting limiting beliefs. Spirit comes in and offers the energy of foster the now. Focus on the journey, not the destination. So back to this idea of presence, individuality. Rooted cosmic souls, you're here to explore and to inspire. Here to explore that which you came here to heal, to inspire others that they are able to do the same for their eye. So foster on that journey as you do this healing and this eye work. Within Inspire, in terms of being here as a rooted cosmic soul and wanting to inspire others in a time where it really feels like the inspiration that is available to us is being hidden or downplayed or situated as if it doesn't exist. So for rooted cosmic souls, the way that we can show up to inspire others, sacred masculine energy is offering imagine co-creating with varied perspectives. So I feel like after being in your retreat and exploring that fairy, it could be actually co-creating with varied perspectives. It could be in that retreat if you are stepping into that fairy energy, that psychedelic energy of going somewhere else, going into the 5D, like really imagine co-creating with those varied perspectives of 5D. It could also mean like in 3D world of a way to inspire is not to dictate to others. It's not to tell other people how to be. It's just simply being in community with them, being in conversation, modeling that which one desires to see in the world. And you might need to, since this is connected here, you might need to transmute some limiting beliefs that you have about your ability to work with others or also your ability to inspire others. Connecting those two, flowing them because it's coming in as water, is truth energy again, and it's offering to communicate with transparency, to uncover hidden truths flowing just beneath the surface. In terms of if you are struggling with this idea of exploring the self and inspiring others, it might behoove you to really start communicating with transparency in terms of maybe it's like really being clear with someone in your life, or maybe it's even just with yourself that you are in fact a rooted cosmic soul. So you might be in a place that you're ready to communicate with transparency to really get to some hidden truths flowing just beneath the surface within your community, to be able to co-imagine with varied perspectives and step into the energy of inspiring yourself and those around you. I really love this deck here, the Herbal Astrology Oracle. It's really powerful. And so that one I'm going to read from the Oracle author to sort of help folks with that, since that's one of our opening cards. Rishi, retreat. So upright, and it came in the upright. It is retreat, recovery, meditation, hibernation, spiritual contemplation, replenishment of spirit. Called Lingxi in Chinese, Rishi represents immortality and is considered the herb of spiritual potency, meaning success, well-being, divine power, and longevity. Said to have been discovered in 396 BC in the Shangbai Mountains of China by Taoist monks, it is one of the oldest mushrooms used in medicine. It has long been called an anti-aging mushroom and powerful Shen tonic, a category of medicines that nourish the spirit. In China's oldest Materia Medica, the herbal classic written around about 200 CE, Rishi held first place above ginseng. The text says Rishi helps stabilize qi in the head and assists in mental activities, tonifies the spleen, increases wisdom, and improves memory. Long-term consumption will lighten the body, increase vitality, and delay aging for years. Rishi's borderline miraculous properties are being researched, verifying ancient knowledge, including how the mushroom profoundly relaxes the nervous system, calms the mind, and induces a state of relaxed focus. One of the many reasons spiritual seekers consume this mushroom is for the spiritual experience it unlocks when in meditation. I freaking love that it came with this magical spirit card, the brilliance of you. It's just, thank you, spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One of the many reasons spiritual seekers consume this mushroom is for the spiritual experience it unlocks when in meditation. Recent studies have also demonstrated measurable life-extending properties, as well as Rishi's ability to activate brain neurons and increase nerve growth factor levels in cells. Rishi powerfully influences our main spiritual centers, the endocrine, nervous, and hormonal systems. Hormones powerfully impact our perception, mood, sleep-wake cycles, ability to bond with others, and awareness of reality. They activate the nervous system, which is also directly related to igniting mystical experiences. Rishi is ruled by Jupiter, the guru of planets, the one that dictates how we derive wisdom and access to the mysteries of life. Jupiter has a vast quantity of spirit-enhancing herbs that are often used in meditation and to induce altered states of meditation like Rishi. So, this reading, it's not recommending this for any medical, spiritual, psychological, whatever, like, you do you. And definitely love that in asking spirit how can we cultivate inner balance in times of outer chaos, it gave us this particular mushroom. Thank you, spirit, so much for that clarity. A very clear message, and you can lean into it. You can lean into the mushroom however you see fit for yourself, discern and decipher the message for yourself. The guidance offered from the oracle is pause. It's time for renewal. If you feel overwhelmed or mentally overloaded, it's time to retreat. Take the time to recuperate and recharge, and personal growth will follow. Overstimulation and indecision will lead to a sense of weakness, imprisonment, and a feeling that you are evading death. Like bear, hibernate or rest before you take on the next project or challenge. Many Native American tribes have called this space of inner contemplation the Dream Lodge, a place to witness death and see beyond the confines of physical reality by visiting the dream time. Create the space to be in silence and calm the internet chatter. Reflection is key to the path of self-mastery. I love it, which is why Spirit then gave us, sense of presence, individuality. This is for you and you alone. Explore your inner worlds and find inspiration within your own inner world. Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. All right. So to to close out, for folks who like having affirmations or mantras for this magic mushrooms, the affirmation is, I open my eyes and heart to the magic around me. And the manifestation enhancer is, imagine you are the psychedelic mushroom. Practice looking, feeling, and thinking about things in a new way. Explore. I love how it came here. Explore. Watch informational or spiritual documentaries. Read some new books. Take a walk and just observe the world around you. Listen to different music. Be inspired. Be inspired. In fact, try taking a walk or journaling while listening to instrumental music. What thoughts and feelings does it bring up? Wake up at a different time than you normally would, earlier, or stay up later if you can, and chill with the moon. So really be present when you retreat into your eye, and you can still explore. It doesn't mean retreating into the eye, doesn't necessarily mean doing nothing. Be inspired by your own brilliance. Okay. Other affirmations for folks who really like those. For presence, the affirmation is, I am rooted in the present moment. I am rooted in the present moment. Individuality. I honor my individuality by sharing my unique traits and talents on a daily basis. Explore. Life is an adventure, and I am open-minded and eager to explore new things, paths, and experiences to pursue. And lastly, inspire. Through my own inspiration, I inspire others. All right, there we have it. I love that this is the message Spirit gave us in terms of asking for insight in cultivating inner balance in times of outer chaos. It seems really spot on to me. I hope that if you found yourself here, there was something here for you to run with, go with, feel inspired by, feel supported by, and feel you can take something away to help you cultivate inner balance in times of outer chaos, because Goddess knows there is so much outer chaos happening. So may this message find those who it's supposed to find. I am grateful for all the energies that showed up to give us this message. My energy is going to stay with me. Your energy is going to stay with you. I am sending so much compassion, grace, love, fortitude out into the world. As usual, unfettered and infinite love and gratitude.